Well, hey there, ho there, kids. It is time for some quarantine games. So right now I'm going to be playing a live game against a player rated 645. I'm going to be doing some commentary while doing so. So I'm playing the black pieces. We got an E4, E5 opening so far. Pretty standard, King's Pawn. This is a 10-minute game. So there we go. That took him a little bit longer than it should have. So he is attacking my Mr. Pawn here on e4, so I need to protect this pawn. I could do the Philidor's defense, but I think we'll just keep it classical chess. There we go. So this position should look very familiar to you guys right now. There we go. We have the Italian game, c4. How do I want to respond to this? I think I'll just keep developing pretty normally. You got to watch out for maybe some potential attacks here, but I think I'm doing pretty good. Let's see. I'll get my knight out, attacking his pawn. Let's see if he backs up his pawn. One thing that lower players don't always do is, okay, so he's coming in for the old fried liver here. He's trying to get my pawn. And we've talked about this, so we should be okay to defend. So what do? He's going to come in, boop, and fork my rook and my queen. So how can I stop this? That is the question. So I'll probably end up with a kind of funky pawn structure here. I could move my queen, or I can move my rook. And for some reason right now I'm blanking on how to stop this. Should be pretty simple. I guess I could just move my queen out of the way. And he's going to come up on a free pawn there. So I got to be aware of that. Or I can move right here and just block that threat. I think that's what I'm going to do. That looks pretty cool. He'll take my pawn. I'll take his pawn. And if he wants to take, I'll take back with my queen. So that's how I decided to kind of combat that. Okay, he's going to take. Now I'm going to take. And in doing so, I have a discovered attack on his knight here. So if he doesn't take, I don't know. Okay, he's defending there. So if I take right here, that's a bad idea because now his bishop is protecting. I could, I just misclicked and lost that game. Whew, did not mean to do that. That was no good. Well, this game is gone, huh? Well, that just goes to show. You gotta be careful. What a bummer. That's really too bad. That's really too bad. All right, well, what are you gonna do? Let's keep this ball rolling. I need to protect this guy. He's just sitting there now. Maybe I'll do that, develop. What a blunder. That's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna lose a bunch of points during that one. All right, well, let's see if I could somehow get this back. So it's important not to quit in chess. That's one of the kind of key principles of chess. Don't give up because there's still plenty of time to make plenty of mistakes. All right. Down 9. Oh, only 6. I'm down by 6. Okay. That's still quite a bit. He was preventing me from castling queenside. So I figured I'd keep my options open. I might castle queenside just so I have my rook on d8 here. I might kind of like that. So we'll see. I also have a lot of time. I got 7 minutes. Okay, so he took my... that was a good move because if I take back, he's going to recapture with his queen. So he's playing some solid chess here. I can make a little counterattack here, threatening his queen, and then maybe I'll hop over here for a nice fork of his king and rook. We'll see how that goes. So maybe I can get lucky and pull this game back from that misclick. I should probably have when I play my phone, there's a little button that I click that makes it so I have to confirm the move I just made. So maybe I should be doing that. I'm also worried that if I castle, this will be exposed. So we'll see what my opponent does. But right now I'm kind of thinking maybe taking his bishop will be a good move because he has to move his queen. So if he moves his queen somewhere that's not protecting the bishop, I could take his bishop. Otherwise, I'm kind of thinking about castling queenside and attacking. That would, I guess I wouldn't castle to do that. Okay, there we go. I think this is my best move I'm thinking of right now. This guy's actually safe right here. Nothing bad is happening. And he is undefended. But I kind of want to get this in before he castles and takes away that fork. Because I think that's what I'm going to do. Now he has to move his king because he cannot attack my knight here. So I think I'm going to pick up a rook there and kind of close the gap a little bit. So I'll only be down by, I don't know, 3 points, which is something. Okay, there he goes. This is what I want to do, but I should make sure. Oof. I could take with check, but no. Okay. I think this is my best move. I just wanted to make sure I was feeling good. So he could take and mess up my castling. Probably a good idea. Yep, okay. That was smart. This is kind of the no-brainer move. I got to recoup that. So losing my right to castle is whatever. Okay, and now we're in a game of trading. All right, so maybe I could come back. Let's see. Silly. I guess he could come right here and boop, gobble that up. That's not bad. All right. So my pawn here is pinned. I can't capture there. So that's that. This guy is pretty done for. Okay. What I can do though is come right here and make it so he cannot capture, because then he would be in check. Okay. Well, that didn't do much to help me, did it? All right. I'll just try to tuck my king away. Maybe do like a manual castle. Get him over to c8. This guy's done for though, so you might as well count him as lost. All right, now he's doubling up, getting ready to take me out. I think I'm gonna continue, dip my king back. I don't want to get checkmated if he was to come to e6. He can still come to e6 and give me a little spike check, but that'd be silly because I would take him. So that wouldn't be a good spike check. Maybe here would be a decent spike check. I think there I would just move my rook up to defend and to block the check. If I was him, I'd probably move my knight, get it developed, and then in doing so, this piece is done for. So he pretty much can take my knight whenever he feels like it, just by moving his knight out of the way. I also have this check in mind eventually if he ever moves his queen. He might, okay, good, there he goes. I was gonna say, he might actually want to move his rook here to line up right there. Let's see. If I move here, he could take, I would take, so he would maybe do well to do that. All right, so if I go rook to e8, he takes with his queen, I take with my rook, he takes with his rook. So he would be up that exchange because my rooks are 5 and 5 worth 10, and he would lose a queen worth 9. But also it might temporarily save my my knight. So what do I want to do? I can be pesky and do that. That'll also buy me some time with my knight. But yeah, I'm up against the ropes here. So I'm hoping that he makes a major blunder, and that will help. But I also want to show when I lose too, because most of the games I like to pick are the games that I win. But I do lose a lot. You probably lose about half the time, but I usually don't lose to a player who is ranked 645. So, but things happen. So he's taking his time right now. That's good. Now he does have this move. Oh, he does that. Okay, cool. So I'm in check. I can block right here, or I could move my king out of the way. I don't really know what I want to do yet. I kind of like the idea of taking with check. I'm definitely going to lose this on the next move. So I think I'm just going to retreat my king. I do need to be cautious though, because I have all my pawns here and I don't want to get a back rank checkmate. Okay. I'm just going to pick up this pawn here. Try to equalize. I'm now down 6 points of material. But maybe with my 2 rooks I could fandangle some kind of a checkmate. So he should probably move, I would say, to c2 maybe. I don't know. Let's see what he does. Yep, okay. What do I want to do? He could always go, well, that won't be checkmate, but just make a nice little battery here in case he tries. He might go right there, be a good move. Not much I could do about that. And I would be trading our rooks down. He does have slightly less time than me. He's at 4 minutes, so I might be able to just drag out the game and make it so he loses on time. That's an effective strategy if you're behind and you don't think your opponent can checkmate you. Okay, yeah, he made that move. I think I'm just going to go ahead and trade. Generally, we don't want to trade when we're down, but I really had nothing going for me there. So I am worried about this pawn. He's exposed, so I'm just going to move him up to protect. And then I want to start moving these pawns a bit, just so I don't get that back rate checkmate going. If I was ever to move my rook out of the way, he could figure out how to get his queen on the 8th rank there and put me out. So he's taking a little bit more time. There we go. Okay. I'll just make some silly moves and hopefully I can wear him down on the time department. It's kind of not the best strategy that you want to be using, but it is a strategy. I kind of want to get my rook on the 2nd rank and just maybe try to plow away some pawns. It's going to be very tricky to eliminate this queen. Maybe I can get some kind of, I don't know, pin going or a skewer with his king. I don't really see that happening, but who knows? All right. So I can't put my rook here because of his knight. So he's looking right there. I think I'll just, I shouldn't have done that because I'm going to lose this pawn. That was a hasty move. And when you make hasty moves, you pay for it sometimes. Yep. All right. There we go. So he could take out, he's going to take out my pawn on the next move here. And he's eyeballing my rook. So I think I'm just going to, I can't protect that pawn either. That pawn's going to drop. So he's going to grab this pawn next. And there's really not a whole lot I can do about it. Okay. I think I'll just come up here, play some cat and mouse with him. I do have 20 more seconds on the clock, so there is that. I guess I'm just kind of hoping that he doesn't know how to checkmate me, since he is a little bit lower ranked. Sometimes it takes lower players quite a while. During the end game, you also want to get your king out and activated, because you can't checkmate with just a queen. So if that's what he's relying on to checkmate me, that's not going to happen if he's just using the queen. You got to get the king involved or your other miner there. And I mean, the knight is doing work. He's protecting the squares I want to be on. So it's not like the knight isn't doing anything, because I really want to put my rook right here on e2, but I can't. So if he does move his knight, okay, there he goes. He's taking out some pieces. I'm just going to keep making kind of quick moves, and I might make some mistakes doing that, but my strategy right now is just wearing out the clock. I guess at the end of the day, a win's a win. So he is clearing up these pawns, and he can make a nice run and promote pretty easily. But hopefully he won't be able to do that with the time he has. This should be a no-brainer. He should just take that pawn and start marching down. But maybe he wants to protect this pawn. He could move right there to f3, so this pawn is protecting. But then I would just move my rook to f2 and put him in check and maybe take that g2 pawn. But he should not be taking this long, especially at this point in time. He's up by 8. He should be making some moves. There we go. Okay. So now I put him in check really quick. I might just start marching some pawns just to make some moves, put the pressure on him to make moves a little more quickly. It's 50 seconds, and there's no time increment here. So let's see what he does. All right, there he goes, puts me in check. I'll block with my pawn here. He's still protecting this pawn, so I can't just take it. He has 25 seconds. He gets to move his queen, no question about it. Where's he going to move it? He could keep his pawn protected with e4. I think I'm going to win on time. I don't see him checkmating me in 10 seconds, even if he's just pushing pawns. I don't think he's going to do it. Okay. Boop. Yeah. And that's game. So, whew, I came back, kind of not in the best way you want to come back, but I came back and I won the game. Well, I shouldn't say I won the game, because that's a fair win. And considering I lost because of a silly mistake, I am sending a rematch request just to see if he wants to go again. But yeah, that was a bad loss for. Okay, here we go for our friend. So let's do it again. I'll do an e4, e5 game with him. See if that's what he wants to do. This guy's a trooper, going round 2 with me. Hopefully I won't do those silly mouse mistakes again. Well, yeah, the time is a weapon. You got to be able to use the clock wisely. So right now these moves should be boom, 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 automatic. You shouldn't have to think too long and hard about these moves. We did the Italian game last time. Let's do the old Ruy Lopez this time. See how he wants to play it. Okay, so he's going for the Berlin defense, which that's cool. I think I'll just go ahead and take a little exchange variation. All right, so there is a way to get this pawn back. Let's see if he knows how to do that. So that was a greedy move, and he can move his queen down to regain that piece he missed. Oh, but he does not. Okay. So I think I'll move my pawn up so I can get my bishop out. And if he does put his queen down, that's cool. My pawn is safe. No worries. He could take, and I would take, and he could take with his queen. He would trade his knight for my castling rights, which I'd be fine with. So let's see what he does. And again, this is the beginning game, so you shouldn't be taking more than, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds, maybe longer if you're in an unfamiliar situation. But you got to develop your minors. You need to think about castling. So there you go. He developed a minor, and he's thinking about castling. So that was a solid move. And it's also with tempo, meaning I need to retreat this piece or I'm going to lose it. So that is called tempo. So he's making me move, and I kind of lose a turn by backing out, okay? So that was a solid move, and that's kind of what I gave away for that pawn. So I traded maybe one of my turns for that free pawn. But I don't know, I'm okay with that for now. Maybe because he's a lower rated player. All right, I'm thinking before I castle, I do want to maybe develop a bit. He has 3 minors out, and I only have the 1. So he's ahead in development right now, and he's ready to castle. But yeah, right now he should be making a quick move. Either get your queen out of the way so you can castle queenside, or just castle kingside. But he makes this pawn move, which, what is the purpose of this? Is he trying to kind of block this d4 space to take control of that, maybe? I'm not sure. Either way, I think I will just continue with my development. So I looked at what he was doing. I saw his threat, and I just carried on. So always be aware of what your opponent's doing, but I don't know. You should still have a basic opening plan. So let's see. Okay. I don't know what he's threatening here. Maybe he wants to jump in here. Maybe he just likes this spot. I'm not really sure. Could develop here. You could just put his pawn out, but let's see. So I like this because I am protecting. I'm also attacking his queen. So he needs to respond. Yep, that's what I thought he would do. So I think I'll just back up my bishop. And if he responds like that, I'll just move here. And maybe we'll exchange. And that's okay with me. Okay, yep, that's what I thought he would do. I'll back it up. Maybe he wants to exchange our rooks. I mean, not rooks, our bishops. I think I'll take with my h-pawn, open up my h-file, and then maybe I'll end up castling queenside. So I still have this nice, my a, b, and c pawn would still be intact. I don't want to take his bishop because that would undouble his pawns, and I like that his pawns are doubled. So he's maybe considering right now, should I trade my bishops or should I try to keep my bishops? Okay, so he's looking to force me to take his bishop, and that's okay. I could stop that by pushing my pawn forward. He takes, I take. I kind of like that. Just to be pesky and ruin his plan. If he does take now, my pawns will be doubled over here. But again, I could just castle. Yep. Okay, he does right there. And I'll take like that. And now I'm looking at this pawn, but that pawn is protected here. But I've also effectively demolished his kingside. So if he was a castle kingside, that'd be kind of a garbage castle. So he should be thinking about castling queenside now, since your pawn structure is messed up on this side. That's not really going to offer you much protection. Right now I'm thinking I need to get my queen out of the way so I can castle kingside. I can maybe be pesky and attack his bishop now. We'll see. But yeah, I think my main focus right now is king safety. I'm not in a big rush because his king is exposed as well, but you don't want to be the person who has an exposed uncastled king when your opponent has a castled king. It's just not what you want. Let's see here. So he's taking his time. I think he's in the same boat I am. I think he should get his queen out of the way and think about castling. Okay, let's see. So he's offering up maybe a trade here. Do I want to trade? Not really. I mean, my queen is still protecting. My pawn is protecting. Is he trying to navigate somewhere? I'm not sure. I think I'll just continue with my plan. Or I could push my pawn forward, pawn for pawn, and then I could take with my knight here. But no, I think I'll just continue with my plan. Start thinking about castling. And if he doesn't castle, I'm going to try to drop the hammer on him. Okay. So if he takes, I think I'll just take with my pawn. So that's not very threatening. I'm okay with that. I'll just castle. No worries. Now, however, if I do push this pawn, I can't use my knight to recapture. So there's that. I do like this little spot here, d5 for my knight. That'd be a nice little hidey hole in his territory. So that might be something I'm thinking about. Yeah, I think I like that. Doot. That'd be a good spot. I could also attack this pawn, which would also attack his bishop. So a lot of good options there for me. I think I might like that. All right, so he's down to 4.5 minutes, give or take. And I got 2 minutes on him. So I think a lot of this guy's issues right now are with the clock. I think a 10-minute, it's not a slow game. It's not a fast game. I think it's just right. Okay, there we go. Now he's thinking. I like this, though, if I really want to do that. I think that's the move for me. I could always now take here because that's great. I could take here because he undefended. So I think I'm just going to do that. And then I'm also attacking his rook. And at the same time preventing him from castling. So I thought that was pretty solid. Okay, we could maybe trade some queens. If I take with my bishop, he takes with his bishop. I take with my knight, he takes with his bishop. I take with my knight, but then he would maybe take my rook, so I don't want that to happen. I think I should just retreat. I think that's a fine idea. And I'm still preventing him from castling. So that worked out well. Now my king is castled, his king is exposed. His king side pawn structure is destroyed. I'm looking pretty tight over here. Got a nice pawn structure. Yeah, I missed my wing pawn here on H pawn, but I'm okay with that. I do need to be aware of this guy, though. I can't move this knight. But I'm still thinking that this move is pretty sweet. And if I'm here, I could come in for a deadly fork. I could trade my rook for a bishop. So I might be up that exchange too. So I'm trying to always think of, my next move while my opponent is thinking. Don't waste your time sitting there and waiting for them to make a move for you to react to. You kind of want to think about what your opponent may want to do, what their strategy is, and also think about your strategies as well. But you always got to react to what they do, but it doesn't hurt to have your own plan in mind as well. So my plan right now, all right, is to get here. So I can no longer fork his queen, but we have any threats here? I don't think so. I think I still want to just come in here. I think that's fine with me. I like that. It's still annoying. And sometimes it's nice just to annoy your opponent. And so that's a pesky move. We got protection. I'm in his zone. I got a nice check I could slap on him. Maybe pick up. I could pick up this piece, but he would pick him back up. But at least I would take that pin off my my knight here. My knight, my queen. Is that worth it? I don't know. I could push my pawn, do a little pawn trade. But do I want to trade my D pawn for their doubled C pawn? Probably not. But if it helps my, situation, why not? So again, he's down to 2 minutes. He has to make moves a little bit faster. On average, he's making, I don't know, he's probably taking around 45 seconds per move. We're only on move 18. All right, so he made a move, captured my knight, and effectively unpinning. Boom, there we go. That's okay with me. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I overlooked that because I forgot his friend was right here. So good for him. I didn't see that. So he's going to come up on my rook. So it was good that he was taking all that time. It looks like it had paid off. Can I make any counter threats? So I can't save both pieces. I can't capture. Do I have any checks? I could put him in check, but that's not really going to do much. He would just take, and then I take, and then he takes my queen. So I don't want. Why do I keep doing that? That's the second time this game. So he gets 2 freebies. Oy. Well, that's no good. That was a garbage move. I gotta be careful with my mouse. Maybe I need a new mouse. Or I should have set it up so you can, click the confirm button. So this should be a no-brainer for him, taken. Because if I take back, I should be able to capture and he would take my queen. So that would lose me a queen. That calculation shouldn't take you too long. That should be a quick calculation. I take, he takes, I take, I win a queen. It shouldn't be that complicated. Well, let's see what he does. Whew. I think I'm going to win just on time alone, though. I don't think either of us are going to get a checkmate. So maybe none of that matters because he has 45 seconds. So there's no way he's going to come back on that. I think the lesson learned today is time management. Use the clock as a weapon. That's what I'm doing today, or I did last time when I made a huge mistake. I tried to move a little bit more quickly and be on top of the clock. Because again, he's taking way too much time. There he goes. That should have been easy. I'm going to move my queen real quick because I don't want to lose. I did a self-discovered attack on my other rook, but I'm losing a rook anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If he doesn't move his rook out of the way, I think my next move will just be capturing there. Okay, nice little check. Good for you. All right, well, I'm going to move out of the way. And he only has 5 seconds or so left. So, and there we go. I think I will take. All right, took there. Good. I think my next move might be coming in here, but okay, there you go. And this will be, he has 0.3 seconds left, and that is time. So a good game to this guy. Let's do maybe a little analysis here. Maybe I could do it in the previous game as well. But yeah, I think a lot of the issue for this guy was just time management. Especially in the beginning, if you got those book moves kind of down, those should be really quick. Like, you should know your Ruy Lopez, and these moves shouldn't take 45, 50 seconds to a minute, because that's, if you're taking a minute on a single move, that's 1/10 of your time. So you can only do that 10 times, and we had how many moves in this game? Dugga, 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 dugga. I don't know how many moves. 25 moves. So you really only have like 25 seconds or so per move you make. So, but to look at our report here, I made 2 blunders, which we knew about. He made 2 blunders as well. It still was not a very solid game for me. 58.9 accuracy. He was a 31.9. a lot of chess is just making fewer blunders than your opponent. I definitely made my share of blunders on this one, whether it be a misclick or not. But yeah, the clock was what got him. Going really quick. All right, let's see where I went wrong. This move is probably a little silly of me. I got a little too cocky, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but because it kind of just puts my rook here, or not rook, my bishop in a pinch. So, all right, they really want me to push this pawn here. All right, well, they're probably right. I'm trying to figure out where okay, here's my other blunder. Yep, this move was terrible. Should have captured there, I guess. Yeah, I would have. I guess I would have won a piece here. If he takes, I take. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. A lot of taking there, but I would have been up by 5. So maybe I didn't calculate that very well, but that's okay. I think I'm just going to stop there for today. This is getting to be a bit of a long video, but I hope you learned a little bit about time management today. And always watch your clock, kids. All right, I hope you're enjoying your quarantine. I don't know. I hope you're playing chess. I did apply for a grant through chesskids.com and trying to see if I can get our school district some free gold memberships. So that's what I'm really hoping for. So cross your fingers, and maybe next year we could have some school district wide tournaments. That'd be pretty ballin'. We'll see if that can happen. So hopefully we get some grants next year for some chess accounts. I'd be super pumped for that. Anyway, keep playing. I'll see you later. Bye, kids.